Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to piggyback on what the senator from the 55th and my leader Jones have been talking about. And I understand that tort reform, or that phrase, is a little confusing because we're really not even talking about reform here. But what does tort mean? I know I hear my constituents. I think they're not really connecting on what we're talking about, and it's confusing language. So I'm gonna try to make this in layman's terms as possible, what's going on here and what's happening. And we already have a bill. It's SB 69, and in a nutshell, this bill is a handout to big business and insurance companies. That's it. It's exactly what we're talking about as you're hearing about tort reform. And I hear you back home. I hear my businesses saying, hey, Senator Merritt, I need you to support SB 69. I need you to support tort reform. I get it. I hear you. However, at the end of the day, I'm a union worker. I come from a union background. I am always for hardworking families, our workers, everyday, average citizens, and anything that protects our consumers. Always. And I think what's being missed here is we need to keep an eye on that we are protecting our working families and our consumers. So just some thoughts that I have in looking at SB 69. Show me in the bill where it addresses premiums being lowered. Somebody show me. Where in this bill does it address the practice of unacceptable denial of claims? Where in this bill can I find language requiring insurance companies to write policies? Where does it address the unfair cancellation and non-renewal of policies? Insurance companies deny claims and delay payments. This bill does nothing to address those issues. I'm actually still trying to figure out, what are we requiring insurance companies to come to the table with on this bill? What are we extracting from them from this bill? This bill makes insurance companies richer by taking away the right to a trial by jury by Georgia citizens. And that's who I'm talking to right now. Georgia citizens, everyday working families. It's just a government, it's just a big handout. It's a big handout into insurance companies. Ask yourself who's setting those rates. Who has control over setting rates? I know premiums are high, but let's start thinking as we're looking at SB 69 and we're having these conversations. Let's look more closely about what we're asking and to whom. Because insurance companies do play a big part in what we're talking about. And Mr. President, I yield the will.